Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I don't have eye makeup on today because we're going to do eyeshadow together, and I'm going to be using a brand new eyeshadow palette. But before I begin, I just want to say I dyed my hair this morning and I do love the color, but the roots didn't take, so please disregard that. I will be getting that corrected soon. I'm going to do it myself, but I need to get a darker shade to cover the dark hair, so please disregard that. It's very obvious and glaring to me, but I don't know if it's that obvious to you guys unless I point it out. Anyways, but I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette from Ensley Cosmetics, and I cannot wait to touch this. This is not the actual palette yet. This is the outer packaging that it comes in, and it is called Light in Your Eyes. And it's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous color story, which I will show you in a second. But this is the inside of the packaging. You can see the beautiful Ensley logo there, all holographic and just gorgeous. And the packaging is so pretty. I love the eyes just pop, but it's serene almost. And so I just think this is gorgeous, gorgeous packaging. And I'm so thankful that I got this beautiful kit that it came in. So it was packaged very well. It was wrapped with a bubble wrap around this packaging. And then around that was another bubble wrap packaging. And then the palette was inside of this. And then it has the sleeve, which again has the same palette. And then it has the stamp of Ensley on it here. You can see in the bottom a stamp with Ensley their symbol. So I'll just put those aside. And then the inside color story, or the packaging story, looks exactly like the outside of the other packaging as well, like the sleeve and the outer packaging it was stored in. So everything is the same. Absolutely love this artwork. Beautiful packaging. Now for the inside. It also came with this inside of it. So it was packaged very well, as well as it has one of these so that, of course, your shadows stay fresher longer. So that was inside as well. And then the inside of the palette, it has a full-size mirror, which I haven't taken the sleeve off yet. I'm not going to. And then this is what the palette looks like before you take off all of these little white tops. So these essentially are a little sleeve or a little cardboard cover, and they go over the shadows to make sure that they don't break in transit. So this is incredibly well packaged, and when I ordered it directly from Ensley. You can also get this on I Feel Beautiful Canada, and I was going to wait for that, and I easily could have, but I guess I got a little too excited and ordered directly from Ensley Cosmetics. So of course I paid a hefty fee for this, living in Canada. But I'm just taking off all of these little I don't know if they're styrofoam or whatever, but I'm taking all of these off right now because I don't need them on my palette anymore. I'm not going to be traveling with this, so I don't need to save those, so those will go in the garbage now. But this is what the color story looks like, and I will be swatching this at the end of this video. But I wanted to show you this before I began because it's absolutely fabulous. What a beautiful color story. It does look similar to some of their other color stories, but I can tell that this has a different undertone to it, and it's just fabulous. And it's a beautiful, beautiful neutral palette. I did smell a scent there for a second. It could be the cardboard packaging, but it could be the product. I'm not really sure what that scent is coming from, but there's a very, very slight scent. I can't really put my finger on it, what that is. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells like product. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm not sure what kind of eyeshadow look I'm going to do today, but I am going to put on my Milani eyeshadow primer base right now because you're supposed to let this set for about 30 seconds before you start applying eyeshadows to it. I do have my brows done and the under part of my brows carved out with some concealer, and I'm just going to take my ring finger and apply this primer base all over my eye. I'll do both anyway, but I just wanted to say my eye for some reason. I do have a coffee here, so I will be sipping on my coffee just because I am still getting over a bit of a cold. So I apologize for that, but I will try to keep it as minimal as possible. But I will be having some now because mama needs. All right. So I am going to start out with a blending brush that is pinched at the ferrule. It's a Morphe brush. I think it was, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Jaclyn Hill. Yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to have that sort of pinched ferrule blending brush, and it is clean. It's just a little stained right now. I'm just going to go in with the shade. Now, one thing I did want to mention is there are 2 shades of Soul Sisters. That's the name. So there's one here. This one is Soul Sisters. And then there's also one just up here, which is at the bottom actually, which is like a deeper teal. So it looks like a teal anyway. I'll swatch it later and see. It could be a gray now that I'm looking at it, like a blue-based gray. But I think what I'm going to do is go in with Feet on the Ground, which is right here. A little like mustardy shade. I love a good mustard shade. MAC used to have a really good mustard shade. I think it was called Uninterrupted. Such a fantastic mustard shade if you're as old as I am and back in the day when MAC was the it thing. I'm going to, I wonder what kind of eyeshadow look I want to go with today. Yeah, I'm just going to put this on the outer portion, and you can see already there is a lot of pigmentation. So I'm just going to grab some, and then I'm going to press and tap where I want this eyeshadow color to be. And I'm going to take that across my crease about 3/4, maybe 1 or 2/3 of the way in from the outer portion. And then I'm going to blend that outer portion out a little bit more. And as I get toward the inner, I'm just going to take whatever is left on my brush and just sort of blow all of that out. So it's a little more blown, a little smoky. And then I'm just going to go over the edge of all of that and just blend all of that out. This part of my eye, now you'll have to excuse, it may look a bit patchy. That is not the product's fault. I do have a very weird section in this area of my eye that doesn't allow me to like blow out color very well on that. MAC used to work really well actually, but any other brand, for some reason, it doesn't matter what brand it is, it doesn't matter how good quality it is, it just tends to grab in that area. So just know that that's not the product grabbing, that's just that space on my eye that just doesn't allow for really good blend. And then I'm going to be blending a lot. You're going to notice a lot of blending. And I'm loving the shade. So I'm just going to, again, go over with that color and slowly pull it over. Now that I kind of know what this color is about, I can go a little bit faster on this eye because I just want to play around with the formula first and see if it's similar to the rest of their formulas. And I can just keep adding a little bit of product and pulling it more toward the inner portion, but I want to make sure that it stays even. Now trust the process. It looks like crazy right now, but it will definitely blend out and look fun and beautiful as we go. This is such a gorgeous shade. It's almost like an olivey mustard. Like when you blend it, you can see more of that mustardy shade, but when you're applying it, it looks more like an olive green. So that's very interesting. In the pan, it looks a little olive green as well. So it's an accurate color representation. Just the blend, like the actual physical blend, looks a little more mustardy to me. And then I'm going to take this and just sort of wing out a little bit of the eye and blow out the color, just so that it doesn't just go into a little round area there. I want to sort of buff that out and make sure that it's blown. Oh, that looks great actually. And I check my camera, I check my mirror, I back away for distance just to kind of get a look of like how it's looking on the skin. And this is looking really fabulous. I do enjoy this shade a lot. It's very nice. Okay. So for now, I'm happy with that. I did go a little bit high up here, but I'm going to blend more of that out in a little bit. I am going to now take a super, super, super fluffy brush. Let me just find, yeah, this one's good. And I'm going to go in with just a tiny bit of kick up over the pan, and nothing too crazy. I did go in there pretty hard and I didn't tap off my brush, so that's probably why there's a little extra kick up there. But I'm going to go in with Synchronicity, which is this really, really light cream shade, and I'm going to take that all over the brow bone area. I have a lot of brow space. You can totally skip this if you're doing this tutorial, but I need to do this because I have just so much space up there to play with because I had really, really big brows when I was growing up, and I tweezed them all off and now I have nothing left. So love a pomade. I think I'm going to pin my hair back because it's starting to get in my eyeballs. I'm trying to blend. Okay, so I love this. I'm going to take that same blending brush, and I think I'm going to go in with Naive Melody, which is right, oops, oh my gosh, right here. This is a very heavy palette, so just be forewarned if you're trying to lift it up and do a video with it, is very heavy. Now, it is a very yellow-based shade, so I am going to tap this off on a tissue, and I'm just going to ever so lightly go over the edge of that beautiful olive green, just to brighten that outer area up and blow that out even more. I love a good blend. I love a good blowout. And so, oh, that's the yellow I was looking for. That is the mustard shade that I was looking for. Oh, yeah. Not everybody loves a mustard, but I don't actually like eating mustard. I think it's gross, actually. But on the eyeballs, that shade is really, really something. I love it. I'm just going to add a little more on this side. Okay, that is looking gorgeous. Now I want to deepen out that outer corner and start going from really deep to a little bit lighter. Sometimes I go light to dark, but today I'm going to go dark to light. And I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to mix actually. I'm going to do the Soul Sisters in green. And I'm also going to take this dark brown up here, which is called Grounded. So I'm going to mix both of those. I'm going to just put them on a little Kleenex here. I always have a Kleenex beside me, so I'm going to blend a little bit of those shades together to get that perfect kind of brownish, grungy green that I want. And I'm blowing this out all over the outer portion because it just works right now with the way that the blowout is in the crease. It's perfect to go right in with that dark, dark shade. And I'm just going to pull that as well out and a little bit up, sort of like that outer V. And then I'm going to go and mix some more and do the other side. And you may have to mix a lot if you're going to be doing this look, depending on how deep set your eyes are, or how wide you want that area to pull. I want it to pull a decent amount out because I do like having a more almond shaped eye, and I have a little bit like a ever so slightly downturned eye, so I really, really, really like to pull that shade out a little bit, and I don't want to get a lot of fallout. I'm noticing that there's a hint because I'm not really tapping my brush off after. So now I'm basically going to press and pull into toward the center of the eye, but I'm not going to go too crazy. And I'm blending those edges into that beautiful olive green. I should move over more so you guys can see. Let me straighten this out a little. Yeah, blending into that olive green is just so beautiful. I do need a hint more for this side. That is my smaller beady eye. This one's a little, my eye is a little less wide on this side, so I don't have to go as far in as I do with the other side. I use a lot more product on this eye. Things you notice when you become a makeup artist. All right, now I'm going to go back in with that olive green called Feet on the Ground, and I'm just going to clean up those little edges and get that smoke back into the outer portion. This is why it takes me 45 minutes to do my makeup every day. It's just so fun. It's like art. Oh, that is such a gorgeous shade. I'm absolutely loving the way that this is looking. So pretty. I normally don't do anything on the lower lash line, but I am going to do a teeny tiny bit. So I'm going to start with the shade. Actually, let's go back in with Feet on the Ground, which is the greeny shade in the crease. I always tear, and that's why I don't usually wear a lot of makeup underneath my eyes, and also I feel like it ages me. Okay. Yeah, I already feel like older looking just by adding that color under the eye, but it is what it is. I wanted to do it for the video today. And then I'm also just going to take my big fluffy brush that I do underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to buff any of that extra fallout. I didn't really have very much or whatever, so I just want to go over it slightly. And then I'm going to take Naive Melody, which is that mustard shade, tap that off, and I'm just going to go underneath that other shade and add that yellow there, although that could get into bruise territory, but I think we're okay here. I'm actually like not against bruise territory. I like a grungy eye. Okay, and now we're going to do the colors on the eye. So I think I'm going to, so let me just show you what these look like here. And I think they're pretty accurate from what you see and what I see. Yours is a little bit brighter. So like this is a little more almost peachy green, like peachy, like leaning blue green. And this is like a bright yellow green on screen. This one is pretty much the same, but a little bit of a purpley undertone to it. This one is so bright on screen, but it's a little bit more mid-tone in person. So the shades are not that far off. And I really want to go into something on this side because we did a lot more of those peachy shades. So I think just for funsies, I'm going to go in with this one and this one because we're more so in the greens today. I'm already leaking in this eyeball. I knew that was going to happen. So much for pictures. Okay, so I'm going to take a paddle brush, short shader, and it's actually a long shader, but that's okay. And I'm going to go in with Head in the Sky, which is the brighter green. And I'm going to apply that to the inner portion. And really going to blend that upwards. And then slowly drag it in. I have a feeling that these are going to crease. However, they're not going to crease in an ugly way. Like if your eyes are like me and you have a hood, a little slight hood of an eye on your, or a lid on your eye, I should say, they will naturally crease anyway, but your eye doesn't, you don't do this to like show off the crease. So it's not like, I'm not going to get away from it. Let's be honest. Like it's just going to naturally crease on me regardless. But the formula itself is so soft and beautiful, but it will still slightly crease. I have a feeling. So don't quote me yet. I have to play with this a little bit and see. But oh man, when I step away and actually physically look at this color, it is stunning, gorgeous, bold, bright. It's giving every single kind of character that I love in an indie shade. It's just stunning. Like, this is giving brightness, it's giving grungy, it's giving like toxicity, like it's just like biohazard. It's so beautiful. I'm loving this so much. And I just love that they did a palette with their bestie. Like, oh, that's so fun. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade MJ. And then, yeah, let's just do that. MJ. This is the more teal version, harder to pick up on my... It looks a little slippy. It looks like a little kind of greasy, harder to pick up on the brush. But I'm just going to press and glide. Yeah, that one's definitely a little more teal, but absolutely stunning. And then just like flick it in the outer to blend it out into the outer crease. And I don't want a lot of this shade on the eye. I want that green toxic looking shade to kind of speak for the whole palette. Or the whole eye look, sorry. But I really love this, the way that this looks. Oh my gosh, absolutely stunning. And I think they overlapped really, really nicely. I'm going to clean up the under eye again because there was a lot of fallout with those lighter shades. They're very flaky. The shades are very, very flaky. So you are going to get a little bit of fallout, especially if you're using a brush to apply like I did. I'm just going to pull you a little bit closer. But this is what it's looking like right now. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. And now I'm just going to take that brush that I used on the outer portion. I'm actually going to take one from Blend Bunny. And I'm going to just go straight up into Grounded, which is the dark brown. And I'm just going to go over the outer portion just to make sure I keep it dark and black. Like, it's not black, but just to keep it as dark as possible without any flakes and stuff. Yeah, that just cleans it up a little bit nicely. And I'm in love with this a lot. I'm so in love with this look. I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of liner and mascara, and I'll just talk to you about my thoughts. But of course you can tell that the palette is gorgeous and stunning. And I've really enjoyed the blending of it. It blended out really, really nicely. Every single shade blended really great into each other. I don't want to cover up this beautiful color. I just want a little bit of liner on the outer portion, and my eyes are starting to get that, like, I'm going to be a little crude here, but I want to say a little bit of like testicular skin, you know, you know, when it gets all wrinkly and stuff. TMI, I know. But as you age, that's going to happen. Just an FYI, it's going to happen. You can't fight it unless you keep getting your eyes lifted. But I don't have money for that. Plus, I just don't want that. But I'm loving this palette a lot. I love the way that the shades blend into each other. I love the way that the colors just are jumping out from the skin. It doesn't look like it's just sitting on top of the skin. It blends in so that it looks like it's part of your skin. It's just so gorgeous. I'm really enjoying this. No, I don't want to mess up this mascara because it has a really wide end on the bottom, and I tend to get it on the top part of my eye. So I got to be real careful. I do have quite lengthy lashes naturally, so you just have to be careful. But oh my gosh, yes, this is giving toxic, and I'm totally here for it. Man, wouldn't that be the dream to do a collab with Ensley Rain Cosmetics? Oh, it would be amazing. But this is such a gorgeous palette. I'm looking at the shades as I'm applying my mascara, and you can just see the definition of the shades You can tell there's shades there, but they're blended so nicely into each other. That just speaks volumes for the quality of this palette. I'm really happy with it. I can't remember when I ordered it, but I remember it was in December. And I think it was, oh gosh, I want to say around, it was just before Christmas. And I live in Canada, and we just finished our postal strike here. But I don't think they shipped it. I think it was it UPS? And we have a really great UPS driver, I'm not gonna lie. He's really good, actually. He rings our doorbell and everything. Which sometimes they just leave stuff out there and they just walk away. Job done kind of thing, which is like, you know, then your stuff, it's Canada, -30. Your stuff's sitting outside there in below 0 temperatures, and it affects the quality, and it could damage the stuff you're buying. So we have a good UPS driver. So far he's been really good, and I appreciate that. So I have to shout that out, because I will also shout out if they're not good. You know that. But he seems to be really good so far. So I'm going to leave my mascara like that. I will do bottom lash mascara soon. I want to add a little bit of a brightener. Actually, I'll do that now. I'll add the brightener now. Yeah, just a little bit of a brighten to open up the eye. That looks so much nicer with it just... Now it looks like doe eyes. You know what I mean? Okay. So I love this palette a lot. I haven't swatched everything, so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to do it on this fleshy part of my skin. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But adore this palette. So the first shade is called Synchronicity, which is this shade that you probably won't be able to see very well on my skin. Right here. Next, there is a two-tone shade, which is called Lucid Shine, and it's right here. So I'm going to do both sides of this one color, or this one pan, just so you guys can see. So this is the first shade here, and this is the second shade, and you can mix them together if you want as well, but I like to have two different shades. So those are those there, Lucid Shine. Next we have Sharing Space. I'm not doing like all the mattes and then all the shimmers. I'm just going to do them all how they look in the rows. This one did not come off super well, so let's try that again. Yeah, that's better. It's a little bit of a, it's just not sticking to my dry skin right now, so that's how light it is too, though. It is a very, very light, dull gray. Next, I have the shade Besties, which, look at how beautifully that's swatched. And I barely touched the palette, like barely touched. Next is the shade Soul Sisters, which is the first one and the brown one. And you know how well these perform. They look great on the eyes. So if they swatch later, like, you know that you can vouch for the fact that it works really well on the eye. But this one is called Glimmer in Time. Next is Grounded, which is the dark brown that I used on the outer corner. Doesn't look as dark on the skin, but it really is a nice deep dark brown. Then we have Eyes That Light Up. You can barely see these ones, but they're there. It's just now we're getting into the depth of the palette, so yeah. And then we have Beloved. Which again, you can deepen these by adding more and more layer. But I want to do sort of like a one real good swatch for you guys so that you can physically see what you're getting out of this palette, but you know that they perform already. So Prismatic Glow, this is the next shade. Super beautiful, shimmery. I'm going at an angle here now, aren't I? There. Prismatic Glow, that's so gorgeous. Next is Once in a Lifetime. try to blend that down a little bit. Next is Home. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Home. That's what you feel like. That's what you should feel like with your besties, you know? Like home. I'm trying to wipe my hands off in the slide. All you can hear is like... Next is Feet on the Ground, which you guys are familiar with. It's on my eyes. And I'm just going to get a really nice, good long swatch there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so gorgeous. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough arm space. Next is Head in the Sky. That's the absolutely gorgeous sort of toxic-y looking shade that's all over the lid. Wow. Like, wow. And look at my finger. How, oh. I just want to eat it. Gorgeous. Okay, next we have Passing of Time, which is so sad. I feel like that with my bestie. I miss her all the time. I miss all my besties. And then Endless Light. Next is Soul Sisters, which is that dark kind of teal green. I'm doing my best to wipe my fingers off, but that's what we're looking like so far, all the way from this beige shade to these. I'm going to actually go over these again because I feel like I can see them really well, but I don't know if you guys can see them really well. That's a little better. They are really great. Like, they perform really, really well. All right, now we're going to go to MJ, which is, again, that, like, beautiful, like, slippery, kind of bluish shade that I have on the outer portion of the eye. I just really gotta wipe my hand off. Ugh. Tell me this is not absolutely stunning and we're not even done yet. Like, look at this gorgeous eye look. Oh, okay, 3 more shades. Naive Melody. Oh, that is just a perfect swatch. Absolutely perfect swatch. One boom, done, gorgeous. Next, Radiant Soul, which I cannot wait to get all over my eyes. Are you kidding me with this? My God, perfection. Perfection. That is legit the greatest shade in this entire palette. I love that really warm, peachy, fiery, stop. It's gorgeous. And then next is Girlfriend is Better. There we go. Last shade. Absolutely stunning. Totally gorgeous palette. Worth every penny. Worth the wait. Could this potentially be my favorite eyeshadow palette in my entire collection? Oh my gosh. We'll take a look at it one more time. This is what it looks like here. And here are the swatches. Oh my gosh. I am just going to maybe shut off my backlight and see if I can get some shine in there for you guys. Is that going to help? Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. All right, well, that is everything. I really hope you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was hella long, but oh my gosh, I'm absolutely loving this eye look. Cannot wait to play with the rest of these shades. My arm is killing me right now from holding my arm up so long. But if you haven't done so already and you're in Canada, please check out I Feel Beautiful Canada and consider investing in this eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely stunning. Ensley does such a fabulous, fabulous job. And I mean, the blend is unreal. And I enjoy playing with this every second that I use this today. And I kind of wish that I could throw more eyeshadow on my eyelids. I'm not gonna lie. It's so beautiful. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this eye tutorial. I'll come in a little bit closer again. But I hope you enjoyed this eyeshadow tutorial today. And don't forget to check out Ensley Cosmetics. I will have everybody linked down below so that it's easy for you to click. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!